thinking I want to give an update to the whole LA Film School thing and the royalties for my artist Charles Hamilton, the album Pharaoh's Tree, my book Man the Milk and Honey. And in a nutshell, I pretty much beat the schools out $200,000 and shut down their little DEI fraud and they're telling black people they should be gay to be friends with white people. I shut all that false civil rights shit down but replaced it with its original form, which is by President Johnson, the Reconstruction Act of the civil rights, the freedom of girls, and your political rights. Like I say, everything Tariq told you was actually right. What he didn't say was you do in fact have a leader, WA being tax status, the person that can control these tax exempt programs. It's not really going nowhere. The thing about it was, like I said, 20 years ago, there were big time dope boys in the game. And we had a 2008 mortgage crisis, but we ended up getting Barack Obama. But it didn't change the fact that all of these men had got these 15, 20 years life sentences. So, at that time, when all those men went down, Chip ended up in charge. How do we know? Because there are court cases, they would know that. This tax status would come along later. A lot of those people didn't know that it would actually work. Now, people like Brother Polite, Dr. Ali Muhammad, other people like, yeah, we got to do sovereignty and this self-government thing about these tax statuses and these pyramids and these ancient royal families in Egypt and the pyramids. Now, what had happened was, I didn't actually know everything about it. I just paid for the law portion. What had happened, instead of me being on the Johnny Depp 9 Gate situation, it had something to do with me, and I had got it not only in the streets, but also in the political world. And I was looking at W.B. Du Bois Reconstruction. It wasn't so much about the Pharaoh's tree, because you can learn from any philosopher, they call the philosopher of the Pharaoh, the type of money that comes with branching on like a Agenda 21, climate change, biodiversity, what they're not saying, what Einstein called the general theory of relativity, or eugenics, right? You heard a false teaching of the Dendera Zodiac Temple of Luxor, right, with the Hathors, or these Hanan hoes, where they say Joseph, the bull and the 7 cows story. You heard me cross through Babylon on 7 bulls. You heard me because the man got 7 cows. It's kind of crazy, right? You heard me try to use gay people as pawns. You heard me to be a Cleopatra. It always ended in disaster. You heard me for Joan of Arc. It's still a patriarchal society. Like I said, that's something with me. You heard me. They won't tell children truth about their father. They made a lot of statements about Arkansas and the graves, right? You heard me. So you know that the graves in the time of Arkansas, time President Johnson, people down south named the graves, are descendants of the philosopher of the Pharaoh, not the philosopher of the builder. So we already cleared all that up. That conversation over. Like I said, Johnson and Mary was a code word for people that really are the graves. So all that kind of cleared up, right? The whole lineage situation, but it was still the tax status that was used. Right, you heard me. And like I said, a lot of people that got out 15, 20 years ago, they didn't know that this shit was gonna work. But they know, you heard me. That's why you can't really claim something or get even black people to agree with you with it, because they said originally that's how they did all the time, but they thought that it wasn't gonna work, and it did. But the real problem was, it wasn't the fact about owning businesses and all these royalties and shit, it was the real estate. When you own one house, I'm just thinking, say for instance, you're in high school, you're in college, you move out your parents' house, you got one house, or maybe 2 houses, you got 1 car, or maybe 2 cars. Right here, people really don't irritated about it. But when you have 21,730 real estate properties on Adam Data Solution in a 100-mile radius, that kind of make motherfuckers look crazy around here when they realize, no matter who you end up think you're working for, I'm still the boss, I'm still gonna get paid off all of it. That's my stuff. So this is what the whole reconstruction, what they call corruption, was about. They look on paper, you heard me, it was very much called WAP, and I filed Chapter 4 on the foreclosed properties and took them over. So what white people started doing in California, started trying to burn down the city, bring immigrants in, get them, move them in my houses, you heard me, like they had lost their damn mind around it. Then, as Reconstruction Act say, we take the military and we take over your police station and make everybody shut the fuck up. And that's pretty much what happened to them. They had a couple of protests, acting damn fool, and people with guns that ain't trained to arrest you, but to kill you showed up, you heard me? Now we got some act right around here for the most part. Alright, whenever, like Captain Planet, you hear me? Whenever they summon this shit again, you hear me? I'll be there again to destroy your ass again. Because a lot of these people, like I say, this is Hollywood, this definitely is, right? You hear me? The real money out here is talent. A lot of people don't have it. So you might end up as the labor class. That's your future, that's your fate. You don't have an education, you don't have a talent, you're gonna be a slave. And that's just that on it. Nobody really, that's not hard to comprehend. You know, there's no, in American Got Talent or American Idol, even in the military, oh, we're gonna just feel sorry for you, you hear me, give you some credentials. I got a report that they were just trying to like buy college degrees, buy military credentials. That really went crazy. And that's what kind of happens when you get into a war with somebody that actually got this stuff going on. It was obliterated, you hear me, that was easy. Light work. We still coming out with the album, Aboriginal Dinosaur Arts and Science. Like I say, Charles Hamilton's quarter report by itself is $2 million. $200,000 at the LA Film School. That film school pretty much over with. Just FYI, spoiler alert, you hear me? They were in fact, you hear me, fagging those students, you hear me, and fagging, you hear me, those musicians in those movies. It was terrible. Worst shit I ever seen in history. And now we got to the meat of it, all that stop motion, those false narratives, and get more into montages with a sequence. See, sometimes when you meet people, look at their life history, look at their family history, look at their friend history. All my family and friends are like millionaires and slick billionaires. Their family history is unheard of, and y'all just believe these people. That's how you end up in scandal. White people ain't known for smoking weed and macking hoes on no OnlyFans type shit, but you know Willie Hutch, the Gold, the Mac type niggas, you know the dope boys from the BMF area, you know damn well they had nothing to do with the dispensary. They were people, as W.B. Du Bois say, trying to leech, when they say stop staring at the CC, you hear me, in law, right? Just stop staring at me, you lost it over with. None of these business had anything to do with you. Like I said, the only reason why you see white people with the Rico X on TV nowadays is because they sit around still doing what black people don't do today. We gave them the drugs, you hear me, and the fentanyl, and y'all deal in that criminality to get caught up. We deal with agriculture and commerce, which is things you can buy in the grocery store, electronics, right, you hear me, global commerce and taxes, right, you hear me, and write the policies and laws about it. You're not gonna really be able to get around there, you hear me? Pimping in 4X, you hear me? Not triple X or 4X's. In 4X, the person that controls the price. Right, you hear me? People tend to like me more than you do. Like I said, the president can be arrested. Both of the presidents were arrested. You being the president or holding some public office don't mean you can't be destroyed. The day you think because you sitting in some office, you hear me? Real talk, and I show your ass this 18 shit otherwise, you're gonna wake up. You know, that don't really mean nothing. We move like the Christian Crusaders, you hear me, or what they call the Coptic and Gypsy Christians, even in the church at Hagos Field, when they flip it, men and women. Right, you hear me? 70% of the people believe in God on planet Earth. There's 70% water, so it's easy to defeat these little devils, you hear me? You have a small percent of influence in the world, and fake influence too, because a lot of your numbers, like Major Taylor Greene when she found that machine, for Biden voter fraud, and Hunter Biden trying to pay OnlyFans girls, talking about he's God's gift to women, you hear me? Yeah, shut all that shit down too, you hear me? Like I said, there's only 4 blood types on planet Earth, O positive. The books again are, Iroquois Embassy Records, 1871, 1873, Gerald Manson, Ancient Egypt, Light of the World, Beginning of a New Beginning. Remember my book, Marcasian Johnson, Lynn Milton Hunter, the Bible, the Quran, the Kama Sutra, 64 Arts, 101 sex positions. David Malone, Security Council, 2005. Also check Economics of Dowry, Brad Price, won Anderson, British Columbia University, 2007. Make sure, Elijah Muhammad, Message to the Black Man, right here. And how Malcolm X didn't understand why he had all the women he was breeding with him, fuck him off. Martin Luther King trying to understand the gold dust operation, you hear me? But you hear me, you don't understand agriculture and commerce, you hear me? It has everything to do with sex between a man and a woman, in particular Aboriginal, the grade, not black and white. That's smoke. Yeah, but like I said, like the Jay-Z's of the world, right? Like I said, Edwin Nehemiah, the priests have always been known as musicians. And he's a rare case, but most musicians don't get their money, they get Charlie Chaplin. Our cases like the Yo Gottis and these other people, right? We always get our money. Because if you don't give us our money, we're not taking from you. So we don't really care about that shit you think you're stopping, you hear me? At a given time, you hear me? I'm like Achilles, Blackbird, my team, Darth Vader, looking at You hear me? The rest of these algorithms I got with Avatar, you and take the whole shit over. It's already there. Well, the president is allowing you to live. Keep in mind, like I said, I still never agree with. I still call it treason. He just defunded and deported you. I wanted you dead. You hear me? But I left it to your people. You hear me? What to do. That's a blessing to you. Don't push your luck. So, next movie. We got 3 movies still got to come out. Our Chippy's ministry, based on when the prostitute of Babylon was defeated by our Chip and Nympho after Jesus died, to show you the Hanukkah stories and how John Maccabees and Cleopatra and Alexander the Great and Julius Caesar that got stabbed in the back are real people that exist in history. We're going to teach it in film form. And also the Leprechaun's lawyer, because remember, Leprechaun is the really Ptah Kepra stories. You heard me, the Looney Tunes and these damn fool, but Leprechaun doing a little bit more than Looney Tunes people. You heard me, he getting rid of you heard me. But I'm going to show you how he writing this situation to do this stuff anyway. If this go, it's Rainbow, you heard me. If it's Bridget, you heard me. It's Magic Fleet in the movie, this shit anyway. So I'm going to be Leprechaun's lawyer, our Chippy's ministry, the quest for a silver fleet by W.B. Du Bois, but with an alternate ending. It happened ending. But not just me, so the song, they end up with Darth Vader's power, you heard me. It's the wedding banquet, what they call. If you don't know what a non-business model looks like, it's like the Playboy Mansion. It's models of the month and Jet magazine ladies of the week, they call that Kepler Rock. Yeah, so that'd be pretty much it for the most part for the schools and stuff like that. Fighting fraternities, Freemasonry and the Ku Klux Klan, Miguel Hernandez, right? So how you can spot it. And make sure y'all got all these books. Benjamin Banneker, Thomas Jefferson, Query 14. Make sure you put that in your notes. Because the online university sometimes very exhausting. Like I said, I'm going to do $50,000 a class. It's really a blessing to you right here. But really, Instagram can be considered online school to a certain degree. Because sometimes right here, you hang around losers for 1 million years and never make $1. Like I said, you hang around me, you hear me for a day, you hear me. I know all type of ways to make $1 million. I ain't never stressed out. That's the truth about it. I don't have people around me like that, because I know they don't really. I ain't gonna say I'm withholding, not telling you the truth, but some people, you hear me, they fuck up everything. When I say everything, you hear me. For real, like Cat Williams said, you hear me. Nigga, it was never DEI, nothing, you hear me, it had nothing to do with them. Sometimes we don't teach people, like other races of people, like in the movie center, that are arts and science, because look how much fraud and treason and all type of exploitation and gentrification, like all type of rapes and pedophiles. They were cutting kids' dicks off in schools and like just all type of evil, devilish shit, passing devil laws in elementary schools and Christian. Like I can't have y'all in my business. That's kind of like the end of it. Your people will deal with you, like I said, in business. Even in the time of Lucky Luciano and Bobby Johnson, just like Robert Johnson, the BT. Your leader, white, Asian, Spanish, light-skinned people is Donald Trump. Black people have an aboriginal preacher. They're not more than a preacher or a pastor and have preacher. You hear me right here and still be me. I deal with my people, but I very much control or the influence over your people that's in power. Like you ever see the movie Richard Gere, the toy, right here? I mean, Richard Pryor, yeah. White folks always need black folks' advice on what to do. It never changed. Bobby Johnson, Lucky Luciano, in the movie Godfather, 1, 2, and 3, you hear me? They be like, no, we're not going against black people for some crooked cop and a gay gangster. So they're real street people, be born in, not sworn in. Sworn is military thing, you hear me? But sometimes we need male chance that they both. But the Jesus shit ain't working sometimes to turn the other cheek. Sometimes you need those black high priests, the male chance of those niggas, which is wherever sometimes are very much needed when world wars occur. But this time, you hear me, we won't be giving Sodom and Gomorrah, none of them, though. And anybody that's sided with them, like I said, a lot of my friends back home, I don't really speak on your business too much. You committed treason right here, but you're a real nigga. Though you supposed to be dead, like Joseph forgave his brother right here. I just forgave you, but I just don't want to do business with you. You can do it. People can research the DMF, all that stuff that happened back in the day on their own. But you know, luckily for me, God was on my side. Marijuana is legal and OnlyFans is free. So you hear me, I'm successful through it. So now what I'm gonna do is, as I say in the end of my book, Land, the Milk, and Honey, films and fashion. Peace out, bless God.